Welcome back to the Crypto Rain channel. I'm your host, Jay Murph, and today we're going to get into it with some good picks that I think are looking attractive, and at least I'm watching them closely and looking for good entries in the coming weeks, and I will share with you exactly what I'm seeing, because like you, I'm always asking myself, what can do the best for me in the coming weeks and months? So why don't we go ahead and get this party started? Join me, Rainmakers. Well, thank you for joining me. My name is Jay Murph, and I'm an investor myself. I've been doing this YouTube channel just for like 4.5 months now, so not that long, but I've been a crypto investor since 2017, and I've been an investor in general for 20 years. And so I started this channel to share with you the decisions I'm making and why I'm making them, to say that, I've done well in this space. And what I found is that there's a lot of new people in this space, and they're looking for how to make better decisions themselves. And that's what I want to share with you, is how to analyze things to make better decisions yourself. And if that's the kind of content you want, love it if you joined and subscribed. All right, let's get into what I'm looking at. Now, I'm always asking myself, what can do the best for me? And we've had a big run in the gaming and NFT space. And even within the bigger bear market or bull market, what I find is that things tend to run in sequence. Like they run hard and then they retrace and pull back for a while. And something else runs hard, and then it retraces and pulls back for a while something else runs hard. And what I find is a lot of new people jump from one that ran really hard, and then it retraces. They then jump into another one that they're hearing everyone talk about, and then that retraces. And so in the middle of a bull market, that they make way below average returns. And so that's what this video is about today, as well as some things I'm seeing in the market, projects that I'm looking at closely for really good entries. So why don't we start off with, well, I want to thank all of you for joining me. We hit over 10,000 subscribers, thanks to all of you. And I've got lots of videos here on a number of different projects, particularly those that I love the fundamentals on, and that these, since I started talking about them, have done really, really, really well. All right, let's look at one that I've been looking at, and it did break already. And so those that aren't in on this already possibly has some more upside from here, but I don't chase these kind of things. So it did hit a local top here, and there might be further retracement before then pumping some more. But I think a lot of the attention has gone from gaming and other things, and then they went into like the big market, the big things from last cycle that did well, like XRP and some of the other projects. And then it's going to change into probably DeFi again. DeFi did a really strong run from 1st of January for about 6 weeks, and then it's been retracing. But see, here was the top on that. If we go to the daily, we can see that, since the beginning of the year, it ran up massively before then retracing, and it's had another break above that, which is great if you caught that, late if you didn't. So let's look at some ones that you're probably, well, I want to share with you one that you're way late on. In fact, I want to talk about it because it's in the news a lot. And if you are jumping into Dogecoin at this point, the chance that you get wrecked is very, very high. And I want to show you some patterns on Dogecoin. Now, Dogecoin is like a really good meme coin, and for whatever reason, people that do pump and dumps love this one. And usually the big meme is, hey, we're going to pump it to $1. And it's never hit that. Well, I'm not aware that it's hit it, but if we're looking at this chart, we're looking at the Doge Bitcoin relationship. And there is a way you can make money on Dogecoin, but it's not the way everyone's talking about. So if you're really interested in making money on Dogecoin, here's how you do it, though I would advise against it. I like projects that have better fundamentals. They have an actual use case. And number two, that they don't have an ever-increasing supply that's like a runaway rail train. That's why a lot of us are skeptical about fiat, because fiat is doing that. DOGE is doing that as well. They have an ever-increasing supply with no decreases to it. So I just don't like the fundamentals on it. But I do realize it's a meme coin, and I made some money on things during the bear market this way, and it's a real good strategy for Dogecoin, is that every time it hits like a Satoshi value pretty low, like if you look, the Satoshi value was 15 Satoshis, and then it went way up here, but you find that its Satoshi value decreases even from these lows. But you can make money if every time it hits this line of like 36 Satoshis, you buy some. And then if it goes below and it hits 20 Satoshis, you buy some more. And then if it happens to go even lower, you buy some more, and then you set them up to sell anytime it hits like 80 Satoshis. So that is a way you can make money on Dogecoin. In fact, maybe you sell half when it hits 80 Satoshis, and maybe you let some more ride. But if you are buying here, the percent chance that you get wrecked is extremely high. So yeah, I want to bring your attention to that. There aren't any strong fundamentals behind this on that will drive its value over time. Dogecoin is not going to be the coin that replaces the US dollar. It's just not going to happen. I realize that some places are now accepting Dogecoin. The value on Dogecoin is extremely volatile, as you see here. So if you're set on making money with it, this is a strategy that will lead you to profits, because if you look at it, this pumps do happen, and so at least you'll catch some money on it, but you'll end up having to be patient for a long time because it only does this every so often. Does that make sense? Let's get on to ones where I like the fundamentals better, and so let's look at Cardano. And Cardano has been trading sideways since late February, and I like trading sideways. In fact, it broke up above this and has then come back within and trading. So it faked out, came back under, and you notice now that it's been trading under, it bounced right off that line, and it bounced off of this line for support. And you see this $1.35 marker is very important, and it keeps respecting it, and many times from the bottom side and also from coming down and hitting it, it has respected it. And so my guess is this is a pretty good buy zone. If it does happen to break below it, then a really good buy zone again down here at these other support lines. Because what happens is, as long as the project has solid fundamentals and a solid team and an idea that can be really add some value to the space, in the middle of a bull market, they trade sideways and build up some momentum before then having really big breakouts. And so it's been trading sideways for quite a while. Maybe it has even longer, because it's hard to tell, especially with a chart that looks like this, exactly what will happen. But let me share with you something that is happening here. It's a little bit messy, but this is a W right here. We talk about W's a lot. And then what happened? Broke out. It's come down for this little leg. And my guess is this. I don't know. It could do this and then that. And who knows for how long, but that's a pretty good indicator that Cardano is a decent buy right now, and that though it might trade sideways for a while, it's going to break up from here, is my guess for my own investment. Now, none of this is financial advice. I'm just an investor myself. I'm not even always right. I'm just often right. And for my portfolio, that has been good enough to do very well for me. Another one I'm looking at is Polkadot. Now, Polkadot did break out of this, and it broke up to the upside, and then it respected that, but is continuing, even though it's trading a little bit higher, it's continuing to trade sideways. Now, it did this little fake out here, and my guess is it's setting up well, too, for a bigger breakout as soon as the focus turns to these blockchains, and I think that's coming. I wanted to share with you some lower cap ones that I'm looking at closely that I like. And then I'll say for the very end, one to keep your eyes on that you're looking for a really good entry. But that one might not be for a little while, but a project you probably don't want to miss out on. And you want to buy while the buying is good. And I think the buying is going to be getting even better in the coming weeks, maybe month. and that's when there might be some really good pickups. So let's look at Freeway token for now. Number one, market cap is only 20 million. Definitely keep an eye on that. Now, unfortunately, we can't chart this out because it's not on any major exchanges. So it's on BitThumb, but Uniswap is the main exchange that's used to buy this, and that's where I bought mine. And so they're in the financial services, like kind of like think of a 401k or a hedge fund, like that you can invest money there and it kind of diversifies some things for you. It's way more complicated than that. This video isn't to go into that deeply, but if you notice it hit 2 cents, it's retraced all the way to about 1 cent. That's a really solid retracement, and this is a great buy zone in my opinion. No, it's not as cheap as when it first came out and nobody knew about it at all. It's not as cheap as here, which was 1/3 of where the price is. Is that cheap enough for me to be buying it? Yes. Next one is a project that I like, and this is Shadows, and it's gotten even more attractive. I wasn't sure it would hit these prices. I'm glad that it is because this is a fantastic buy zone. Now, I missed getting it when it came out on its initial DEX offering or IDO, and then it raced all the way up a lot, and I even had a winnable ticket to buy this, but I was on the wrong page to buy it, and I was sitting there and I missed out, and I was like, crap, because the returns have been tremendous, and it was a project that I've been interested in for the long term, but I knew not to buy it here. I have started buying once it hit about here because I didn't know how low it would go. I hoped it would come down this low, and it is, so I'm not mad that I bought some more up here because I'm happy that this is an even better loading zone to buy more. And at that loading zone now, it makes the current market cap 14 million, which is a really attractive market cap for a project that I think could be a much, much, much larger project. And so now just realize 1/4 of their supply is in circulation. So just be aware of that. But this is derivatives trading on the Polkadot ecosystem is essentially what they're trying to do. Then, if you stayed all the way till here, it's a short video for today. I did record with the Crypto Summit, which is basically a conference that you don't have to buy a plane ticket to and fly to. So they're doing some online interviews, and they have a free portion. It's coming in about a week that you can watch all the videos or all the main videos for free for a day. And then if you wanted to be able to watch them later, you have to pay for the upgraded ticket, as well as some secondary exclusive interviews that you only get if you pay for it. Strongly encourage you to check that out, and especially if you're new in the space, because you want to soak in all that information from many of the presenters. I'm just one of them, and see what you can learn from it, because what you're trying to do is accelerate your education in this space so that you can do the best possible during this bull market. Now, if you're new in the space, realize you're not going to probably accomplish full life-changing wealth in this one cycle. If you had started buying a year ago, maybe. But when you're brand new, you're going to make some mistakes. You're still learning. And so if you even do pretty well this cycle, you are setting yourself up for life-changing wealth the following cycle. By pretty well this cycle, imagine if you invest decently well and you make at least 10% from here, or 10x from here, or even 5x from here. But you set all those gains aside and you pull them off and you take profits and you take them out of the market into something as stable as possible. And that you're here in the following crypto winter, and then you put all those gains in, and then they 100x or 200x from there in the following cycle. Fair to say that would create some life-changing wealth for you. So have the long-term vision with that. Now, doing well, we're only halfway through this bull market. There's plenty of space. In fact, we're at the most parabolic portion of this. That much of the things, if we have a diversified portfolio, might 10 or 20 or 50 or a few of them 100x from here. So you're in a great place to be. So I like to share with you the ones that I'm very interested in that I think could have lots of room from here. And the next one I want to look at that I was saving for the end is EOS. Now, I really like this one. Essentially, think kind of like Theta, but not really, kind of a cooperator to Theta. as well as in the same space. And their market cap right now is 60 million. Only 1/20th of their supply is in circulation, so just be aware of that. And they came out and they went 200x from their initial price. So that's not a price you want to be buying at, but it's retracing a lot and hopefully retraces a bunch from here. So it's going to be out of the hype cycle for a while, which is great for us because I wasn't able to get into this in the pre-sale. I didn't have the connections to get in here, and I didn't get a lottery ticket with paid network to be able to buy it, so I wasn't able to get any allocation whatsoever, and that's okay. Would have been great, but what I'm doing is I'm watching this, and I'm watching for it to continue to get more attractive. If we're lucky, it'll come down another 2/3 from here. You see this market cap go to like 20 million. That would be amazing, and some good pickups from there. Now, do keep aware of the fully diluted valuation, that even if it goes down 1/3 from here, that fully diluted, or 2/3 from here, that fully diluted valuation is still going to be like 400,000. And so or 400 million, excuse me. So just keep an eye on that. But this is a project that has strong legs and strong potential to do very, very well. So I'm excited about this project and where they're going. I would love to see them be successful. Probably I'll do a full review on them later as we're getting closer to when I think the buy is just too attractive. I'm not buying any of this yet. I'm keeping my eyes on it strongly for when it becomes very attractive. Does that make sense? Do want to thank all of you for joining me, and I'm going to leave you with our song by our gal in Argentina, Manuela, who recorded this for us. Thanks.
Success is falling, flowing like rain. The timing's right, we're getting paid. Come on, Remakers, let's make this happen. Let all the haters do their thing. There's no other that grips